Welcome to the Que Brew Network, and thank you for joining us once again for this week's edition of The Craft, your number one source for everything craft, from brewing to the local craft beer scene, as well as the area's finest entertainment and artists that the Susquehanna Valley has to offer. So grab yourself a cold one and sit back and enjoy. All right, welcome back to this week's edition of The Craft. Who do we have on this week, Mike?
Well, today we have, you go Johnnie Leroy?
Compton III.
Johnnie Leroy Compton III.
Straight out of Compton.
Straight out of Compton. Jared's been waiting to do this. From Highway Manor Brewing.
Yep.
Got a nice little buzz in the ears here.
Well, it's no reason to point it out to everybody. That's probably on your end up there, because I don't have it.
Okay, then.
Okay, then.
Okay, well.
And later on in the show, our musical guest is Lindsay Lauver, who was apparently extremely nervous earlier today.
She's fine now.
We're going to point that out.
She's had like 6 beers in her now, so she's fine. We're gonna keep pumping them through.
There we go. Wave to her right now. There she is.
Till she's ready to go there. And go ahead.
Well, as far as who we are, I'm Mike, and I have yet to have my Ashley Madison account hacked.
Awesome.
I'm doing
Ashley
good
Madison.
there.
Oh. Mike, my Ashley Madison account hasn't been hacked. Salter.
Yep.
To the left.
Jason. Hello.
Jason. Sir Isaac Newton sucks. Kenny.
And I'm Sean, by the way.
And Sean.
Is that a Gravity reference?
That was a Gravity
That was a
reference.
Gravity reference. And Sean WebMD is my friend.
That's right.
Or it's not
That's
my
right.
friend.
That's right. WebMD is not my friend. No, never looked stuff up.
All right, come up with one for me.
You're too easy.
It's-
Just move right
just-
on to the
just-
next one. With your eyesight lately, I'd say Mr. Magoo.
Mr. Magoo. Nice. That's cool. That's cool. Johnnie Compton sitting in with us tonight. Highway Manor Brewery, not quite open yet, but you're breathing down the breathing.
Yeah.
You're ready.
Help him out there.
I was looking for something there.
I'm about to cross the finish line.
About to
To
cross.
the first step. You know what I mean? It's pretty intense. So, but getting there has been a process, and it's been lessons learned, challenges overcome, a lot of blessings. So things are going really good. We're excited. The beers are turning out really excellent that we're producing now, and we're allowed to brew in the facility, and we have equipment mostly procured. So yeah, we're getting right there. Like it's
So they allow you to brew.
Yeah.
Before you're open.
right before we can sell.
Right.
You're allowed to build up your own inventory. They tell you that. So
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So we're building inventory right now, and sours are, they're a treacherous path in that they take a lot of age to develop complexities, and certain yeast need certain time. So
Right.
we're hoping to navigate into some beer events in October.
So Johnny, where are you from?
I'm from Liverpool, PA.
Just up the
Down the road.
the 11s and 15s.
The 11s and the 15s.
Yep. I was born and raised in Newport, New Bloomfield, out by Little Buffalo State Park. So way up in the country. So I'm a hillbilly.
Lots of
Nice.
gangs out there.
Yep.
Yes. Yes.
There are.
Amish gangs.
The Compton boys were one of them.
Yes.
There you go.
I'm the oldest of 10 kids, so I have 5 brothers. So we literally might have a gang.
Oh, nice. You got at least a baseball team.
And
there.
most of us have been iron workers at one point in our life, so it's a pretty crazy crew. So yeah, that's where I'm from. And then moved into a home in Liverpool when I started restoring the house. And during the process of doing that, I thought, well, why not see what I can make out of these rooms that I'm taking apart? So I started
Right.
leaving open beer throughout the house and in different things inoculated in different containers. And over time, I developed my own strain. And I
So
literally
you're,
brew.
you're talking about capturing yeast now.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
Cool. I mean, okay. So you're where you're hanging your shingle out then? We know, but the rest of the audience doesn't.
He's talking about where is your place of business, I believe.
Come on, from Perry County, you can hanging out a shingle. Come on.
We're at Gettysburg Road. 2238 Gettysburg Road. If you know where Brew House is, it's been there forever. It's been a craft beer bar in Camp Hill. So right in Camp Hill.
Nice.
And good location. We have enough industrial complexes around us and things like that to where we can produce some good beer for the area as well as, out other markets. So it's going to be a good hub for us, I think, as a business. It looks like ideal.
You're just outside of Camp Hill in Lower Allen, right?
Yeah, well, it is. We're at a Camp Hill address, so we're right across the street from the Upper Allen Township building.
Okay. I was wondering because Camp Hill is it still a dry town?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
No.
Yes, it is.
Uh-oh.
Camp Hill is?
Oh.
Yeah, it's a dry town. We're in Lower Allen Township.
We're in Lower Allen Township.
Okay.
All right.
Ah.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, so
I
we're
was just wondering what kind of hassle that might have created for you, but since you're in Lower Allen, I guess none.
And honestly, like, we've met with the septic people. They were more than helpful. We have a good team where we're at with just networking and the T-shirt ladies next door, and there's a mechanic next door. So it's a really good spot. Like, we're really happy to be there. So it's gonna work out for us.
Did you do your shirts or?
Not these. She's doing them now, but yeah, these I got offline. So, but we'll see how she does.
Taste My Place. What's that about?
Well, it's about trying to bring up the conversation about the home and the yeast and just the thing that's unique about all the beers. That's truly like the thing that we offer that other people can't, in a way. So and it's a kind of neat slogan. Like, what the hell is that about?
Well, take us back to step one of your journey into, just how did you get the idea to? When did you finally decide? Look, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna open this brewery.
Well, I was running the steel business with my father for my family.
Right.
And the recession was pretty intense. So that dissolved, and over time, I generated this concept of, hey, I'll do this next. So I'd probably be doing steel right now if we never had a bad recession. But because my plan was always to retire doing this. It was just it was like an outlet for me. It was more like where you went when life was too much.
Right.
I had my brewery, and that was sacred, and I didn't want to, when you turn something into your job, it becomes a job in a way. You know what I mean? Like it takes some of the luster out of it. So I didn't want to lose that. But so this developed because a lot of good encouragement from people who tried my product and said, people needed to be tasting this. Right. So that's kind of what started it all.
So it's been a little bit easier for us because we've been brewing together for about 4 years, but you started way back when it just wasn't easy to get the ingredients that you need.
Yeah. Well, yeah. 01 was, I remember having to drive to Syracuse from Rochester to get grains.
Wow.
This was pre-LD Carlson.
Right.
Like, I remember doing stuff like that. And yeast was non-existent. So I started experimenting early because I fell in love with the esoteric beers, the Belgian styles, and just hung out in like McGregor's in Rochester, like 130 taps back in 2001. That was a pretty big deal. So,
right.
And they would get all the good imports in back then. And Belgian beer, I think, has changed a lot in a way. Like the imports we get now, I think over time, they've become just so much more mass produced, and that does take a little something out of them. So back then the beers were phenomenal. It was a good time to be drinking beer and learning about it. But I started stealing dregs out of bottles, so that's where I started learning like how to get all this to move right. And yeast is everything in beer to me. Like, it's crazy, but it's where the recipe starts. It's where it's like the whole pulse of the whole thing.
That's
all right. I got a question. You drove all the way to Syracuse. Did you make a bad batch out of any of that? I would be livid if I screwed something up and I had to drive all the way to Syracuse just to get my grains. I mean, it's a process. It's a learning process, but
being that we don't plan anything ahead at all, like if we had to actually drive to Syracuse and brew beer, we'd have like one batch.
Yeah,
yeah. I think one of the things that made it all worth it in the end was the fact that I jumped into a lot of bulk purchasing early on for some reason. I made my systems as cheap as possible and as simple as possible, and I just bought in the product and just so I got those costs down as low as I could, and I kept it around. I never go over 40 cents a glass, even on hoppy beers. And when you're buying craft beer, it's it's a budget strain. It's like the wife at the time was like, you need to stop spending money on beer, so because I was trying to drink good beer, so I figured why not try to make it, and I got lucky in a lot of ways. So you learn the process, and you figure out where your mistakes are, and as you correct them and you refine what you're doing, it gets to be to where you're not worried about making bad beer. You're more like into the stratosphere of what you can do, now.
So when you finally get the green light at Highway Manor, what am I going to see when I walk in the door?
If you come here the first time, you'll see a 11-barrel brew system.
Okay.
A lot of oak barrels. And a lot of kegs, hopefully, being filled. So that's kind of what we're doing. We're making a bunch of sours out the gate. We're doing 3 types of sours. We're doing a blueberry sour, strawberry sour, and a golden sour. The marketing's all in process for all of them, and the labeling, all that stuff. So it's all gonna be released in time once we get it going. And we're doing some bottle releases and stuff like that to try to capture the bottle market as well. So we're going for the draft sour market, and we're going for the the good bottle market.
So you're gonna have a tap room of sorts also?
Yes, the tap room's in the planning and the works, but right now, in order to generate we're kind of doing things on a shoestring in a good way, like
Right.
Somehow when you don't have unlimited supply of money, you can learn more and do better. So like it's going well, and the money's coming when we need it, and so we're kind of not just going gun-ho into the tap room right away. We're going to take our time, establish a good rapport with the customer base that we're going to create, and then once we feel like that connection's made and we can handle that properly, then we'll move on to the next step. So
again, if you're just tuning in, we've got Johnnie Compton, Highway Manor Brewery.
You guys want to try the Chronic?
Oh, yes.
Absolutely.
I was just going to segue into that. But I mean,
Thank you.
screw your ad, Johnny. Come on. Now, soon to be open in Camp Hill, Lower Allen area.
Hey, don't forget about me
what
again.
is the street address? I don't think we even have that.
Well, he did mention it.
2238 Gettysburg Road.
228?
2238 Gettysburg Road.
So why
The best way to tell people how to get to us is if you're at the mall and you're driving towards the movie theater, take a right, go under the bridge, we're down there on the left, and we sit back up right up a Sphere Drive. So, but it's a good location.
Oh, that's good. I like that.
So what are we drinking here?
This is a beer I've developed that eventually, we want to offer this to our customers.
It's called Straight Outta Compton, right?
Compton Chronic.
Compton Chronic, okay.
Nice.
Yeah. It reminds me of a different herb in flavor in a way, and than hops, but it's a very hoppy beer.
Is it seriously called Compton Chronic, really?
Yeah, well, or tonic. It might be named
we
the
got
tonic,
tonic?
pending
Okay.
federal
No.
approval.
Okay.
Yeah, that one's gonna be a tough one to slide by.
Right, but so it's either gonna be the chronic or the tonic, but either way, it's the Compton Chronic.
Went back to early '91 there for a second.
But it's a technique I developed where I blend my IPAs. So I layer them with single hop beers. So it's 3 different hops. It's a Soriachi Ace, Motueka, and a Simcoe hop, blended and then dry hopped proportion. And the key's in the blend. How much of each one you use, and so it's cool. It's a cool beer.
It is awesome.
So breweries don't generally start out and lead the way with sours. There's not a whole lot of you guys doing that right now. What made you choose the sours? Just your own personal taste, or they're getting much bigger now than what they were. I think
in the end it was the scarceability of the product keeps, because there's 530 new craft breweries supposed to open in PA this year on the books right now.
Wow.
Okay, so it's the scarcity of the product is what we're going for to the beginning, and then over time it became the like a lot of encouragement from a lot of good beer drinkers and good people that knew me, said that all your beers are great, but focus on these sours because that's what we all want. So they drove me into that. Now, these are things I want to revive on my own, like the Chronic. I want a 4-pack of that in aluminum cans one day.
Oh yeah.
So that's all you're gonna be doing is sours, and that's it, or are you gonna do some other stuff, or?
Well, we have about 5 to 6 different beer and yeast strains we're going to work with. So we're starting out with the 3 sours, the golden, strawberry, blueberry. Then we're going to head into a saison series and do some saisons. And then from that we're going to get into some true farmhouse ales, like Just really cool flavors, a lot of different breads. And then we'll probably do the chronic, and that's all that building's really going to be designed for, or hopefully be able to meet a good demand with it too.
How would you write your label for that? How would you describe what I'm tasting? I'm tasting a little grapefruit, but my palate's a little screwed up here. I mean, it's really good.
Danklicious.
Danklicious.
Danklicious. Like that. You definitely need like a bumper sticker with that.
Danklicious.
Highway Manor Brewing. Danklicious. You seriously will turn heads on 11:50 with that bumper sticker.
Danklicious.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to put on the back of the delivery vehicle to Philly.
Nice.
Yeah, how's that going with you? You're building up some accounts now outside the area?
Yeah, I've been networking those connections for about 3 or 4 years. I ended up working out there doing steel and erection, and I would just bring coolers of my home brew into fine beer bars and hang out with the staff at a lot of places and meet the owners. And so yeah, it's been a process of just working on these ideas and gestating how to do them best, things like that. So yeah, now that it's all coming around, everybody's really supportive, and I think it's gonna be good. We're looking for relationships in this. I've been doing business on a pretty high level for a long time, where I know now it's about the relationships you make and how you take care of the people that take care of you on the way up. So we're looking good. I'm excited. I'm visiting this weekend with Barcade, Bottle Bar East, and there's some talk with Memphis Tap Room. So there's nothing official yet, but yeah, we're talking about maybe some 10 beer releases and stuff like that. So we'll have a wide variety. So this will be a lot of what my experimental stuff that I'd like to get into later. But so
what's the in your journey? What's the best bit of advice you've gotten from somebody in the industry?
Well, it's definitely Terry Hallbacher. He was and thank God for Mark Zuckerberg. It was like follow Terry's beers. And this was back when Facebook was weirder. Then you actually had to read everybody's stuff. Yeah. Now you only read like the little stuff they want you to read. Yeah. It's like I'm being programmed by this machine. Yeah. So back then when you had to read everything, Terry, I started following him, and I would send him questions, like straight up questions, like I'm having this problem. Why? I don't like this flavor. What is it? And things like that, like bop, bop, bop. And he was just a source of knowledge that he saved me at least 6 years of brewing. Wow. It was really handy to have him. And he's a great guy and a great brewer. So he's doing good stuff at Pizza Boy. And they've been supportive. They sent me, Terry texted me the other day and said, hey, come over. We got all these leftover grains. Come grab them. We're putting a new system in. We're not going to use them. So I got, like 20 bags of grains from them.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Beats driving to Syracuse.
Yeah, it does. It does. I was like, I got a trailer. I'll be over there now. And I just drove over there and grabbed it. So it's good. A lot of opportunities like that are coming up, and when people are involved, it helps. It helps them to help you. It's weird.
Right. And we found that out from networking with people, talking to people, doing a show, doing actual beer shows and things like that. That everybody's willing to help and share with you with information.
Yeah.
Unlike a lot of other industries.
Because there's plenty of room for good beer.
Right. There's always been. Are you doing any shows, by the way? You have any upcoming beer events, shows, anything you're planning on this year? Or next
right now,
year?
I'm focused on some launch events in Philadelphia.
Cool.
So if I can sign these up and then get the state approval here in the next 2 or 3 weeks, we'll be doing some big announcements through Facebook and Instagram and stuff.
Awesome.
So this has kind of been the timeline all along. We're hoping to be exactly where we're at. So
good.
And again, you're tuned into The Craft. Brought to you by the Que Brew guys, the Que Brew Network. And this segment brought to you by Keller's Beer, 21 South Water Street, Selinsgrove. Huge home brewing selection and the largest selection of craft beer in the area. Give them a call at 570-374-1046. That's kellersbeer.com if you want to find them on the interwebs. We're talking to Johnnie Compton from Highway Manor Brewery. Coming soon to the 2238 Gettysburg Road, which I just typed in there in Camp Hill. Later on in this hour, we'll have Lindsay Lauver, the melodious tones of Lindsay Lauver. She's not so nervous anymore, is she?
So on Facebook, how can you if you search for Highway Manor, you can find you there.
Yeah, they'll find our business page and then follow us there.
Okay,
that's a good hub right now.
See lots of pictures of you at Alma Gang.
Yeah, Yeah, that was a good beer event. We that's always a really, I don't know. It's one of those weekends where I've been going there for 6 years and the weather's never bad, you know. And you're on like this great beer venture to Cooperstown, New York, and so I go there with a lot of my old college friends, and we meet up every year up there and stuff. So it's a good time. And this year was really good. We didn't get into the festival. We talked to them, but we'll be doing it next year. And then we just set up our tent kind of in the corner of the festival tent with a big banner, and we had 4 taps right there. And we were just serving beer to the crowd because that's kind of what the theme of Omegang is, the after parties, the party too, you know. So they have fireworks like one of them. It's crazy. It's great. So yeah, it was a good festival. The beers I brought were, I had the Chronic on draft. I had a Saison, which I think I have some right out there. We can take a break and I can grab some of those. And,
Yes.
We will.
And
Yes.
I brought a dry hopped house sour, and then I brought a single hop beer. So it was good.
Nice.
Now, did you make it to the GABF this year?
No, I've never made it out there actually. I'm weird. I'm an East Coast festival guy. The Shelton Brothers, the festival that happened in Worcester, Mass, was really awesome. That was like 75 brewers. They flew from all over the world that
Nice.
distribute. So it was really great Belgian beer at that. It was cool.
Up in Worcester.
Yeah, neat little beer drinking town. Really, had a good time in Worcester, Mass.
Been there many times.
Yeah.
What is the ABV of this actually?
Well, I'm shooting for like 6.3.
Right.
So yeah, I think this one's on the lower side. I think this one's around 5.9, which
I was just wondering.
This,
yeah, it's
You want to know?
well, it's drinkable. You want it to be like 2%.
Yeah, absolutely.
He wants to know how
Yeah.
many he can have before he falls off the porch.
Right.
There you go.
And you got to watch with that much hop character in there, and that little bit of like complex sour note there. You don't know exactly what the alcohol is in that beer. It's fun like that.
Cool.
All right, so listen, it's getting to be like 900 degrees in here. Do we want to take a break? We got a
can
few
take
minutes
break
in
here. So, okay. We can,
Okay, so when we're coming back, we're gonna have Johnny on for a little while longer, and then our musical guest, Lindsay Lauver. Yes? No? Yes?
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah, we'll figure it out on
I
our
missed
board.
it.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, the pre-production meeting. Yes, he missed
It
it yet
is-
again.
it's okay.
escapes
All
me.
right, we're cutting the commercials.
The Que Brew Network, brought to you by Bottleworks in the 4th Street Plaza, Sunbury, 570-495-4065, with a huge selection of craft beer for takeout, 10 in-house taps, and great food. Taste of Philly, 23 South Water Street, Selinsgrove, 570-374-2940, home of the Are You Man Enough Challenge. Sunny Hills, a 3-par golf course and driving range. 570-286-5980. Located at 187 West Haas Manor Road, Sunbury, with a weekly BOGO special.
Many a good man came here, but could not walk away. Everyone walked with pride to
Stone Barn Outfitters. www.stonebarnoutfitters.com. You'll see their list of trips you can take, including the Que Brew inspired 90-minute IPA insane pedaling adventure.
Try and try, but I know it's my own path I made. Till the day I die, I am free. So don't tread on me. Devil's trying to catch me low. He's hot up on my trail. Won't spend my life running scared. Won't spend my life in jail. If I die, don't bury me deep inside the ground. Burn me up, take my ash, spread it all around. Day I die, I am free. So don't tread on me. Past the hour of the witches and of things unkind, flying by like the thoughts of a man who's doing time. In that shade of gray, in that shade of gray, I'm full of sadness and grief-stricken too. There really wasn't anything that anyone could do for you. I can't say that these shades of blue, they are from you. Out there on the corner, there's a man still in pain. He tried to save the world, but his struggle was in vain. Insane in that shade of gray.
And welcome back to the craft. Hey guys, we raced in here quick. Johnny's,
it gets chaotic.
Johnny's all sweaty, and the girls are in the corner, and
we got a house full.
That don't sound
We
good
got a
all
house
together when
full
you put it
tonight.
together.
no, it is a family show, right?
That's right. That's
It
right.
is.
PC.
Hey, welcome back to the craft, brought to you by the Que Brewing Company.
Or Que Brew for short.
Or Que Brew, for short. And we're sponsored this segment by the Selinsgrove Hotel, North Market Street, Selinsgrove. Live music Thursday nights. And speaking of live music, we have some coming up later. Great steaks, food, all kinds of great stuff. Wings.
Wings, very good wings.
Ask for Rich. He'll make you something special. 570-374-1999. That's the Selinsgrove Hotel. And we're with Johnnie Compton, Highway Manor Brewery, coming soon to Camp Hill, to 2238 Gettysburg Road. We don't have your phone number yet. Is that
Do you have one?
Is that ready for? I mean, is that ready for release yet? Or
You know what's weird? I gotta get an internet phone.
There you go. Get the Magic Jacks.
Yeah, I don't. I need
It
a
actually
brewery
works
like a
pretty good.
1-800 number for something for the brewery. You're right. But yeah, no, there's not gonna be any phone lines anymore. It's cable internet or whatever we're doing.
Yeah.
So yeah, and
What-
cell phones and fun stuff.
Well,
like
if somebody wanted to call you up and say, "Hey, what,
Oh, you could-
what's
they-
coming out?"
Yeah, best way to get to me through that would be just PM the Facebook page. So Highway Manor Brewing on Facebook, and then just PM the Facebook page, and you'll get a quick response from that. And then other than that, I mean, we're gonna launch a website here soon. All the fun stuff.
Sweet.
We're spending money on making beer, and
That's the way to go.
and making
Right.
more beer instead of social media or like the other. Any ancillary cost right now is cut to the T because we're just gonna get going. So, and it's exciting. So it's so this is a golden sour here. Let's talk about some beer.
Let's talk about some.
Right.
How about
You guys,
All right.
are you
Talk
guys
about some
sour
beer.
drinkers?
Absolutely.
This is the first. I think this is the first sour I've ever had. Actually,
Nice.
I am.
like that.
Well,
I
the-
was not in
yeah,
the
it's
beginning,
really
but
good.
the more I go along, I mean, like through the years, I'm, it's getting. I like it. I love it.
yeah, it's really good.
Good.
Now I have to reach over my microphone and have my glass on.
I think sours are going to become the next IPA in a way.
Well, IPA,
Yeah.
IPAs are starting to dwindle a little bit here with popularity. I mean, everybody has one. People still love it, but it's starting to calm down.
Well,
a little.
IPAs are
know.
like assholes. Everybody's got one.
I'm
Right.
pretty,
So
Right.
right.
And the more of my editing skills come into play.
Oh, that's all right. We're on the internet.
We're on the internet.
We're on the internet.
Yeah.
It's a family show.
everybody's got one, and some people stink.
Yeah. Exactly.
Is that the problem with IPAs right now?
No,
Really?
yeah.
Oh, yeah, how about it?
All right, let's talk about this one.
That's
Okay.
tart. I like that.
It is a little tarty.
This is a
Damn.
Easy, Jason. Slow down.
yeah. This is gonna be something that kind of characteristics the brewery itself that we're creating. This is just a really nice golden sour. It's made with the house strain, so it's got a lot of different esters, a lot of different yeast going on, and it's a very complex, but yet not overly acidic. There's so many things with sours that are such a fine walking line between something you can drink and something you're like, okay, one of those,
Right.
and I'll never forget the experience afterwards. So it's a pretty drinkable sour with a lot of what you look for in it. It's got your Brett notes in the finish. It's got your PDO and your lactobacillus notes to give you that high sourness, and then the tartness is combined of the sour lac and the PDO with the Brett, and it just makes that
PDO, for our audience.
Pedioculus. Yeah.
Pedioculus.
So I think that's how you say it. I'm really bad with all these scientific terms.
Pedioculus.
There's a joke in there somewhere.
Yeah, there is.
Jared's working on it.
I'm working on it.
So
I just
So I listened to you were on the Heritage Network out of New York, and you told a little story about how you went to Walmart to get some of your fermenters.
oh yeah.
they sell
Yeah, that
fermenters at Walmart.
Well, they do if you're creative.
Oh,
Well, I was
tell.
They say food grade plastic.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm a big person, and I just don't buy into a lot. Maybe I'm a cynic in a way, but it's like, what's the hell's the difference between food grade plastic and regular plastic, and what will it do to a beer? So I did the trash can series where I went to Walmart and bought some the cheapest trash cans I could find, because I had these really great yeast going. I think there were 3 or 4 of them, and the yeast tells me how much to brew, and they were churning out beer in 3 days, and I was so sick of
Oh,
bottling.
wait. The yeast tells you how much to brew.
Yeah. I've had the same yeast alive in my house right now for a year and 4 months, and it's every 3 days it needs fed.
I can't keep a kitten alive that long.
Right. Well, I have 4 going right now at the brewery, and so it's 4 children, 4 toddlers, and I have
Nice.
2 kids, so it's nothing's ever letting me rest right now, but it's good.
How do you feed them?
You just give them sugar.
Give them sugar. Unlike
well,
kids in your house. Unlike the 2 kids.
Right. Yeah. There's a difference there.
Okay, so
Children, no sugar.
So we're back. We're on the Walmart story. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, so I got the plastic fermenters because I couldn't keep up with the demand of the yeast in my house at the time, and I just started fermenting in those, and then so it expanded my brewery the little bit I needed to get through that season, and I called it the Trash Can Series. Cranked out some great beers, really great beers.
It
out of those
worked
trash
out.
cans. Oh yeah.
Oh, nice. Wow.
Yeah. I think the whole food grade plastic thing is, I don't know, a misnomer.
I don't know. I'm brewing.
Like organic vegetables,
Liberal nonsense.
I think I'm brewing something in my recycling bin right now.
I think you probably are.
Yeah, because the water comes right down off that roof because there's no spouting, right? And, oh yeah, something fermenting in there.
We won't use that as our trash can series. No.
Oscar the Grouch. Again, if you're just tuning in, Highway Manor Brewery brewmaster Johnnie Compton.
So what do you guys think of sours? That's your first one?
Well, not this one. The last one.
That's a glowing review. He's already on to his second sour.
I like it a lot, actually. Yeah, it's really good.
Thanks.
Not this one. That's what it was.
For those of you at home keeping score,
Jason 2 sours.
gravity 0 at this point.
I think my favorite
fantastic.
beer moment in life so far was it was on my anniversary, and my ex and I are separated, but it was on my anniversary, and I want to take my ex out to Monk's, and then we were gonna go see Richard Hawley play afterwards, and he's awesome, and so we go to Monk's, and they sit me in this corner table next to this other table with cameras, and it was so annoying. You're like, oh god, there's all these bottles stacked on the table and everybody's having fun. I'm like, this is not where I want to be right now, to be romantic and try to fix my marriage, man. What's going on with my karma, And I'm chilling out, you know. I said, you know what? I'm just gonna roll with it, and make it the best moment I can. And so they get done, and there's a guy sitting off to the side, and she orders a framboise, and I order another framboise, but I order the real funky, like this stuff, like the tartness, and I mean, I was just digging that stuff. And Monk's is great for all the really great notes you want to taste in sours. And so I'm sitting there, and over there in the corner, the guy goes, well, wait, you don't want to order that if you don't. I said, I hope it's funky. That one's way too sweet. And he was immediately drawn to that, and it was the owner of Monk's, Tom Peters.
Mm-hmm.
End of the story is 4 a.m., there's a guy waiting to lock up for me, Tom, and my ex-wife to leave. He gives me a bag of beer to take with me. And then that night, I mean, I had my first Reval, and it just went on. You know, I just had my first of these beers, and it changed me in a way. It made me, like, a much more, like, healthy consumer, because it was like, I'm only going after that stuff. Like, that's it.
Where is Monk's at?
Philadelphia.
Okay.
16th and Spruce.
All right, so is it a brewery or is it a...
It's a Belgian beer cafe, and since the 80s,
Okay.
Tom Peters has been going over to Belgium. And he told me stories all night, too. It was awesome. His stories were like, this brewer here, and he would say his name in this brewery, and it's all Belgian words. I'm just like, whoa, whatever, you know. And he goes, this brewer here was the best chemist I ever met. He would take a beer, and I'd be like, I want a little drier. And he'd go back, get a powder, stick in the beer, stir it up, give it back to me, and I drink it, and it was dry. I was like,
Wow.
that
was
dude's awesome. And Tom was just full of stories like that about like being at the place, knowing the people.
Johnny, that
then
was
he-
cocaine, right? You realize that?
Could have been. This is fantastic. I want another one.
You know?
It might have been.
Those Belgians will put anything in beer.
They will. Just saying.
Yeah, but he had a million stories like that about the breweries and the people and how they were doing it, and it, in a way, it kind of freed up my process in that I was like, you know, they go for it like that over there, I can do it like this over here, you know, and so it's been good. It's been good. That was a cool night, man. Drank some really good beer and heard some really good stories. Got in a few political debates. Don't do that.
Yeah, you're not supposed to
Yeah.
ever.
But I mean, you're
ever do
going
that.
till 4 a.m. Like, it was a pretty hardcore night.
A lot of our stories end up at 4 a.m. too.
Yeah. Sometimes there are more than just stories or brawls.
I like cheese.
That damn gravity.
Gravity. Sir Isaac Newton sucks.
Yeah, I'm not going to live that one down.
No, never.
Well, Jerry's got the sign, so yeah.
Never. At the sign?
Across the street there, the crossing.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's a warning sign. Yeah.
Should have
Well,
been
we're
a
gonna
J
have
sign.
we're gonna have to add another one to the bottom. Of it.
The bottom of the stuff.
So back to the something that stuck with me, the garbage cans and everything. Do you have them explode and go all over the place? Because we've had it in here and it is a nightmare.
Yeah.
I've had a couple of beer tragedies. One was my only try at a turbid mash, and I don't know if you guys know what turbid mash is, but it's a traditional Belgian way, and back then they had laws where you can only have a certain amount of
Right.
and so they developed this mash that was 12 hours of like and it step infused, and it's just crazy. It's like the biggest pain in the ass, especially with my system. So my buddy came over in the summertime to see me. I think it was my birthday, and I was like, "We're gonna brew a turbid mash. Blah, blah, blah. I'm gonna put it in this glass carboy. It's gonna be the best." So he comes over. We turbid mash. It's like 104 that day. It's one of those stupid, retarded hot days, and we're boiling in this room. Like, we're just killing ourselves. You know, it was like a sauna on crack, and we finally get done, and somehow I passed out drunk.
Somehow. Or heat exhaustion.
And I woke up the next day, and I'm like, well, we definitely got our 12-hour turbid mashing because it was still boiling. And I put that beer into the I left it sit there, and I left the room. This is the first time I ever did open fermentation like that. It's completely spontaneous. And sure enough, it starts boiling. Right in the boil kettle, it starts fermenting. And then I dumped it into my mash tun to try to get off the hops. It started fermenting again in that. So I went and bought a big glass demijohn, and I was like, all right. And I'm like, all right, but it was so hot. I'm like, lactose going to get in this beer, and just take it over and make it way too sour if I don't get it out of that hot room. So I was paranoid about the heat. So I'm like, I'm gonna take it down to the basement. So I get a dolly from work, And I strapped this glass carboy to a dolly, and I get my ex-wife to hold the other side of the carboy and I didn't have any straps. Sorry, so she's holding it in place. I go over that first step, and don't you know? She gets a scar. It floods the carport all over her new car. It was crazy stuff. I was just like,
I have
man,
no idea why you're not
was-
married anymore.
Yeah.
No, yeah, hence the ex-wife.
That was not meant to happen.
Not
Yeah.
one. But
Yeah, that beer was not meant to ferment. No. So that taught me a little bit about being paranoid too.
I know all about that. Life in general.
how about Superfly Snooker? No.
No, how about the kids from Lewisberry? That's not far from where you're at now.
Yeah, Redland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to give them a shout out at the beginning, and we just got right into the tasty beverages and forgot to talk about the kids from Lewisberry.
Dude,
They were amazing.
When it was 10-2, I was like, "This is it." Man.
Yep,
You know,
we're
it was
done.
like-
We're done.
Yeah, and I think everybody on the American side was just like us. Yeah, they battled back, dude. They handed it to them. It was a good game, though. Till that last pitcher, that poor kid.
Yeah,
Did
they,
you see he
they
was
ran out
crying
of
and
pitching.
everything?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
Well,
at that age, you're gonna get a really emotional, especially. I mean, but they did really good. I mean, they took the whole United States. They
Yeah.
took it
Yeah.
all.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and they could hit, dude.
Yeah.
They just every kid just was like a major whack. Every
We got
time.
them right where we want them.
Zoinks!
Don't even. Don't even.
I'm not sure where that came
I'm
from.
not sure where
I'm
that
just
came
saying.
from. But, so what is
That
the
was the Redland guy.
shifting gears?
We got it up
Shifting
10
gears
this
back though. What is your target date for opening?
Right now, I would say mid-October distribution to Philly,
Okay.
and then late spring for maybe a tasting room.
For a tasting room. Okay.
And then from there, gonna do bottle releases in the interim between then and tasting room in the area. So there's gonna
Okay.
be some local bottle releases, and then we'll do. Yeah, that's kind of, and then after that, see where it goes. You know?
Cool. And where's your distribution going to be? Is it going to be like distributors? Is it going to be bar rooms?
I'm actually self-distributing because
Okay.
the Commonwealth lets you.
So you're
which
not
is
going.
nice.
You're not
Yeah.
going through the three-tier system at all. You're just.
No, in Pennsylvania you can self-distribute.
Yeah, I know, I know.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
it's that's but only in PA. You can't. If you want to
Right.
go to New York, you get a distributor and stuff
Absolutely.
like that.
Yeah.
Right.
So
That's where we're blessed here. So.
yeah, and it's good. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna stick to Philly and local market to right away, and sours are a weird thing because you have to build up like your. It's kind of like each one reach one type of thing. Like you can inoculate one barrel and then you have to spread it into two.
Right.
And so it takes you a while to get that whole pyramid built in
Right.
essence. And so we'll be building up the pyramid slowly.
Mhm.
And then as the pyramid gets built, we'll look to branch out a lot more.
Damn, man. Well, we're looking forward to it.
Now, is there
Yeah,
okay? Because I know with
absolutely.
ales, as we do, there's a freshness and a shelf life. Now with sours, is it vary or is it different?
It is. It's been my experience that bottle is boss when it comes to sours.
Okay.
It's just, and if you have a good Brett that's recently infected the bottle, or if you bottle condition with Brett in
Right.
it, you need to wait eight months for
Okay.
the Brettanomyces to develop inside the
Mhm.
bottle before you're at peak.
Right.
Sometimes if you have a beer you want the young Brett, about 3 months you can release like some of the farmhouse ales I'll do.
Mm-hmm.
They'll have a young Brett in there too, and you get that young Brett in there. So it's and then inside the barrel, right now with the house yeast the way I'm operating, I'm looking hopefully for the initial. There's something with hitting the draft beer, because it seems to me like CO2 just kills any live organisms I have inside the
Right.
beer.
Right.
So, and when it starts sitting on CO2, it changes
Mm-hmm.
sometimes. So you have like that does have a more defined shelf life, and that is going to be pretty fresh beer. I mean, we're going to be about a 2-month-old sour because I'm just getting that complexity when I want it, and we'll be able to sell that with probably, I would say, a month on draft without any concern.
Okay.
And we're going to do small quantities. We're doing sixtels only,
Right.
so that way it doesn't sit on taps places.
Mhm.
We don't want our beer to sit. We want it to move.
Now, in your bottling situation, you're going to bottle as well to distribute, or
We're going to be doing some hand bottled one-offs.
and you
right
can do
now
is that
off the
going to
gate.
be bottle conditioned
Yes.
opposed to CO2?
Bottle
So-
conditioned, nano brewed sours.
Okay.
And then we're gonna do as we have overflow and help and equipment and stuff like that.
Right.
So I mean, we have the space and the facility to add a bottling line and potentially a canning line both. So
Right.
it's a 5,700 square foot place.
Cool.
With really high ceilings, and so it's going to be a nice. It's set up to be a brewery really well. So
Excellent.
we plan on pushing the boundaries as best we can inside what we're doing.
Cool.
Yeah.
So.
Are we good?
You waving at me? We good?
Is it? It's probably about time for a break. Yes? No?
Well,
I don't know.
yeah.
I'm looking at my
unless,
producer.
Anybody has it? I'm not the
Like
producer. I'm just
like
a
I got
button
3
pusher
heads.
Guy. I know.
The engineer.
I'm an engineer. Toot toot.
Toot.
So,
All right,
All
listen, Johnnie Compton, straight out of Compton, or actually straight out of Gettysburg Road, Camp Hill, Highway Manor Brewery.
Yep.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
Love
it's
this
really
guy.
good stuff. Thanks for having you on. It was
No
awesome,
problem.
man.
yeah.
Taste his place.
We're excited.
Taste his plays.
Taste
My place.
Taste his place.
Yeah. Now, Jared, we're staying tuned for after the break. What?
What?
We're staying tuned. I'm trying to do the lead into the next thing for you there.
Coming up next, Lindsay
There you
Lauver.
go.
Is she going to play us in, or are we going to? I don't know. What do you think? What are we feeling?
I think she's gonna play us in.
She's going to
Yeah,
play us in.
That sounds good.
Yeah. All right. Here we go, folks.
All right.
Thanks for hanging in there.
The Que Brew Network, brought to you by Bottleworks in the 4th Street Plaza, Sunbury, 570-495-4065, with a huge selection of craft beer for takeout, 10 in-house taps, and great food. Taste of Philly, 23 South Water Street, Selinsgrove, 570-374-2940, home of the Are You Man Enough Challenge. Sunny Hills, a 3-par golf course and driving range, 570-286-5980, located at 187 West Haas Manor Road, Sunbury, with a weekly BOGO special.
Many a good man came here, but could not walk away. Everyone walked with pride to
Stone Barn Outfitters, www.stonebarnoutfitters.com. You'll see their list of trips you can take, including the Que Brew inspired 90-minute IPA Insane Pedaling Adventure.
Try and try, but I know it's my own path I made. Till the day I die, I am free. So don't tread on me. Devil's trying to catch me low. He's hot up on my trail. Won't spend my life running scared. Won't spend my life in jail. If I die, don't bury me deep inside the ground. Burn me up, take my ash, spread it all around. Till the day I die, I am free. So don't tread on me. Past the hour of the witches and of things unkind, flying by like the thoughts of a man who's doing time. In that shade of gray, in that shade of gray, I'm full of sadness and grief-stricken too. There really wasn't anything that anyone could do for you. In that shade of gray, in that shade of gray, that shade of gray, I really don't know what else I can say. That these shades of blue, they are from you. Out there on the corner, there's a man still in pain. Tried to save the world, but his struggle was in vain. Insane. In that shade of gray.
Whoa, welcome back to The Craft, brought to you by the Que Brewing Company, coming to you soon from parts unknown somewhere. We're going to be in Selinsgrove Grove, University Ave, as people start filing in, and we're doing stuff. Hey, thanks to Johnnie Compton, our guy, man. I'm telling you what, that was awesome. Some great sours tonight, and yeah, I'm gonna enjoy some of those. I'm gonna be late for work, by the way. If the folks at work are watching me tonight,
tuning in.
Yeah,
It's good to be the boss.
it's good to be the boss. It's good to be the boss. Hear that, hon? I'm the boss. Did you see the disdain?
From 9 to 5.
Wow.
Okay. Good.
Johnnie Compton, Highway Manor Brewery, coming to Camp Hill, Lower Allen area, 2238 Gettysburg Road. And I understand there is a phone number, Valerie, yes?
Yes.
It is? I've committed it to memory. It's 717, probably something. I'm
Probably
guessing.
something.
Probably
Just
something.
Spell it out
That's a-
on your phone.
That's a steel trap.
I like sour.
Oh, here
717. I like sour.
It should be it,
Yeah.
right? That's good, right? I like
there you
I
go.
like KSOUR. I like sour. You should really go for that one, John. Yeah.
That might be too many. You can fit it in.
No,
So-
we don't have it. 717 743 0613. And if you look at your phone, that probably spells sour something. It probably doesn't.
All right.
Hey, welcome back. Having a great night here tonight. Jason had
Apparently.
Jason's sour
I'm no longer a sour virgin. Is that
sour
what you're saying?
virginish.
Don't know what that means.
There's a lot of things you can say to that,
Oh.
There it is.
Yeah.
On the guest mic,
but we won't.
we've got Lindsay Lauver.
Yeah, she's gonna sing
Hey,
us
guys.
sing us a tune here.
Hey.
What are you gonna sing?
You know, we had all these conversations about these guys pulling me out of retirement for this mess.
For this,
Not sure how I got
This
coerced into
mess.
this.
This
We're-
mess.
we're
But
extra-
hey, you know what? I'm having a really good time. It was
Awesome.
really nice to hear from Johnny straight outta.
Straight
Compton.
out of
Straight outta Compton.
Compton.
And I love the sours. I love those sour beers. They were really fantastic. Anyway, yeah, I'm a singer, so we had a lot of discussions about what we were going to actually do.
What was the?
The discussion,
Yeah, I
for
mean,
the whole thing.
how did who talked to you, and how did you finally say?
How long have you been retired before we drug you out?
Look.
to this?
Yeah.
I've been retired for a good 2 to 3 years.
Let me the hell
So
alone,
long.
Mike. I will come do
It
this.
was Sean and Kenny
Sean and Kenny.
yeah.
No, it wasn't
And-
Mike.
and Mrs.
No, it
Kenny.
was
No,
not.
Mike didn't have anything to do with it.
And Mrs. Kenny?
Mike
Mr. and
instigated
Mrs. Kenny and Shane.
She cuts
Compton.
hair, by the way.
Wrong,
That's my
Mrs.
mom.
Kinney.
Oh, the
talking
wrong
about
Mrs.
Diane.
No.
Oh, Diane. Well, she
Right.
doesn't cut hair.
No.
But they took me out and maybe
Liquored you up and
fed
said,
me some Que Brews
and
and said,
Yeah.
"Come on, Lindsay, let's do it. You can do it." I'm like, "All right,
Yeah.
we'll do it."
okay, what are we gonna hear?
So we're gonna hear an old blues tune by a singer named Nina Simone, and since I am not a guitar player, we decided that we weren't gonna use any guitar tonight. We don't need it. I'm a singer.
We don't
Sure.
hear?
So this is an old Nina Simone song called "Be Your Husband,"
All right.
and I'm gonna give myself a little rhythm section
All
if
right.
that's all right. Be my husband and I'll be your wife. Be my husband and I'll be your wife. Be my husband and I'll be your wife. Loving all of you the rest of my life. If you promise to be my man. If you promise to be my man. If you promise to be my man, I will love you the best I can. man. Stick to the promise that you made to me. Stick to the promise that you made to me. Stick to the promise that you made to me. That you'll stay away from Rosie Lee. Please don't treat me so doggone mean. Please don't treat me so doggone mean. Please don't treat me so doggone mean. Oh, you're the meanest man that I ever seen. But be my husband and I'll be your wife. Be my husband and I'll be your wife. Be my husband and I'll be your wife. Loving all of you the rest of my life. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Now,
Woo! Yes.
Woo, that's fun stuff.
now, why are you still not out there?
I mean,
Yeah, why did you retire?
You know, that was actually really fun. Thanks, guys. Get a little of that adrenaline going.
I coincidentally sang that song to Mike the other day.
I bet you
I'm
did.
just.
Just
I mean, it was a sharing too much. Okay, go ahead. Finish that story.
Actually, it's just because I did it for a really long time. I had a lot of really great experiences. Played with some fantastic musicians, and now it's nice to actually enjoy it instead of being in the rat race of really trying to make it big, which is a whole lot of luck and it's hard
A
to
lot
do.
of work too.
It's a lot of work and not a lot of money. So
Right.
now it's nice to just have a talent that my friends can get me drunk.
Well, that
and
was
say, "Lindsay, will you
awesome.
sing?"
Yeah.
So thanks, guys.
We'll have to do this again.
Fun stuff.
I know you're waiting, Jer. You might as well just get right to it.
What's that?
Shiny,
know, isn't
shiny
it?
silver plastic pants.
Oh yes, yes. We saw from. Now you were now before pre-retirement. You were you with a group of people,
Yep,
and you shared with us a photo.
I did. Maybe I'll send it to you so you can actually see it on the Que Brew site. So the era when all of this was happening, pretty much in my life when I was younger, was the late '90s. Which there's no better era really in my life than the late '90s. Remember the late '90s?
Yeah,
Kenny?
Not very
barely.
well.
No,
Barely.
yeah. Well, in the late '90s,
Little bit.
there was it was a fashion boom. I owned a pair of silver plastic pants, pleather may be the perfect term, that I wore regularly on stage, and I still have them. And you guys saw a picture of them. I can't button them. Times have changed. Well, I can, but nobody wants to see that. I do have a matching jacket as well.
Ooh.
So, yeah, that was a good time. I was usually on stage with some silver plastic pants, maybe some leopard pants and bare feet.
There you go.
That's how it goes.
Leopard pants.
Leopard pants.
Leopard
And a
pla-
T-shirt that said
Not made from
rock
real
star.
leopards, though. By the way,
No,
No, 'cause that
synthetic.
would be bad.
Synthetic leopards.
were they made from real leopards? No.
No.
So Jer's wife won't let him borrow the silver shiny pants, but can he borrow the leopard pants?
She's
She
still saying
says no.
She says no.
She says no.
She says no.
Boo.
But she can.
There
Oh,
you go.
yeah.
There you go.
I will. I will pull those out of your drawer, and I will wear those. You'll see me on Sunday morning
Jer
at
wants the
8
leopard
o'clock on the picnic table, Sunday morning,
I-
8 a.m., in my leopard sparkly pants.
And you'll
playing-
hear me screaming across the street, "My eyes! My eyes!"
I would love to see that.
You really?
I kind of
Really?
would
See,
too.
You really? That love's
Yes.
an awful strong word.
That's a
There's
very strong word.
already a demand.
Jer in leopard pants.
That'd be pretty fantastic. I think the neighbor would love it too.
Bending,
think the
bending
neighbor
over, bending,
All the neighbors, actually.
bending over, lighting a fire in a chimney.
I can pull all that stuff out for you
Running
guys
a
if you want to wear it
chainsaw.
at the Brewfest next year.
There you go.
Ooh.
There you go.
That would be sweet.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
See?
So
Why wait till next year? We got 2 more Brewfests coming up this year.
There you go.
That's true.
There's your segue, Jared.
That sounds
Yeah,
like a challenge.
where's the next?
There you go.
Where's the next fest?
Well, I could tell you here if I can.
find
Let me
your
see. Where am I on Firefox today, or what am I doing? Oh no, it's Internet Explorer. I already pulled it up. I did. September 19th from 2 to 6. The Lake Augusta Wine and Brew Festival.
Very
Which
good.
Oh, you got it right this time.
I got it right. All right, golf clap for Jared.
The third annual.
3 shows later.
Third annual. Tickets are $30 a person or something.
says that.
You can call.
Cut off there.
There's a
$30 a person or leopard print pants.
there's a phone number to call too. 570-286-7768. That is the Lake Augusta Wine and Brew Festival. Where do you get tickets? It's a Brewers Outlet or something.
Brewers
or-
Outlet. I think
Yep.
they're on the brown bag now.
Mm-hmm.
The brown bag.
Yeah, that's on the interwebs.
That's what
Yeah,
you get.
it's like
wine
some
in.
ticket site kind
Oh.
of thing.
Oh, it is.
Brown- yeah.
You get them online this year.
Yeah.
Or
See,
we
I
can give
missed the
out
damn-
Levi's personal number and just have everybody
Yeah,
call
let's
him
do
constantly.
We should do that.
We should
because
do
we
that.
love him.
that. Nah.
We should do that. No, we do love him. I mean, I didn't mean that to sound sarcastic. I always get in trouble because I always sound. When I'm sincere, I sound sarcastic, and then
It's that smooth radio
Does he,
voice you
Joey?
have.
Does
It
he always-
is.
Is that true?
I'm just late
I
night.
do have a radio voice.
I do.
Well, he was a radio operator at 88.9. The
No.
back
yeah.
back then it was.
It
I
wasn't
don't
the
know,
Pulse
Wow.
back then. It was just WQSU.
It was
come
just
Yeah,
WQSU.
WQSU.
I had a short, fleeting career in radio at one time.
He's the morning guy.
I was a morning guy.
And where else are we appearing there, Jer? After that, you'll be up.
We're going to be someplace later after that in November. We're going to be at Autos and Ales, which is
In Hershey,
In
yes.
Hershey. It's going to be in Hershey.
Yep.
And
At the
What-
museum.
at the
At
museum.
the
the-
Automotive Museum in Hershey, right?
The looseness of our show is its beauty, just so you know.
It is. We're
The
pr-
date on that, Mike,
Oh, that's November 6th.
It's November 6th.
because I wasn't sure either.
There's a hotel right next to it that has great breakfast if you cook your own. kind of
That
thing.
is pretty cool, man. They
It
got
is.
these waffle maker and stuff.
Every
It's
hotel.
pretty cool.
Wow.
It's like you're so enamored with that waffle maker. It's like,
That was pretty cool.
It was cool.
it's like seriously.
We don't get out a whole lot.
I
Nah,
don't.
Not a
I
lot,
don't.
Not a lot. No.
No, none of us do,
What is
really.
this? What is this?
Out of Selinsgrove, no, hardly ever.
So
I can't tell you the last time I passed the Speedway or crossed the Green Bridge. It's like our own little nucleus here.
it
We
is.
live in a pod.
It's a
Sorry.
new-
Yeah, well, you're on Prick right now.
Yeah.
People's Republic of the ILQ. Prick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right down here. Out here. Yep. So,
It's the
Welcome to Prick.
Secret world of prick.
well,
See
so
what your
much-
sours did?
So much for our PC broadcast.
you're the
Sours
This
were
is
good.
Johnny Compton's fault. Oh,
it's,
man.
Yep.
It is
Thank you.
going
Blame
south
you.
quickly.
Yes. All his fault. And I hear there's more.
Yeah, there's a whole cooler full, man.
So when our millions and millions of viewers see this, can they
Yeah.
drag you out of retirement and get you back on stage? Or are you done?
They can drag me out of retirement. Every once in a while, I'll be seen with Greg Snyder and Scott Bachman around town. Really good friends of mine, Jason Yoder, who's been here before.
yes,
Right.
Yeah,
guy.
Jason Yoder's a wonderful guy. So Jason Yoder and his soon-to-be wife, Blasa, they can drag me out too a little bit here and there. So
Very
there's
good.
some people out there that can drag me out, and you never know what's going to happen in the future. Sometimes it's
Right.
nice to take a little break and then
should.
come back.
We do, and you do play guitar, but you're not doing this evening.
No, not tonight.
And we are looking for maybe a house musician. So maybe
There we
you can
go.
be our,
it could
you
be
know,
our
House musician.
yeah, like
House
our fill-in. You
musician.
know, I mean, just you know.
You mean
I thought
you know,
I
it's
was
like
with the
this is kinda
bagpipes,
like
man.
a back bedroom, not really.
It is.
It's kind
Yeah.
of
Be like a back
Yeah.
bedroom musician.
it's kind of like the waffle.
That's
maker.
got really.
I feel like I'm.
I think he
I feel like
means
I'm the
when we
musical
actually
guest on
open up.
Saturday Night Live,
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
and like
okay.
Kenny's G.E. Smith, like
Jeez.
sitting there.
Yeah. So apparently we have to have a house musician at the new brewery and a waffle maker.
There you go.
So
Oh yeah.
that'd be cool.
Have theme nights.
Theme nights, waffles and stouts.
It's fun
There you go.
stuff.
So you're gonna sing us out?
Sure, we can sing you out.
Okay.
We'll do We'll do an old standard.
Do an old standard.
Everybody knows this song, but we need a little rhythm section.
All right. I'll keep the mic
Kenny's
live.
the drummer. Oh, is that annoying for you?
No.
Oh Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes Benz? My friends all drive Porsches, I must make amends. Worked hard all my lifetime, no help from my friends. So Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes Benz? Oh Lord, won't you buy me a color TV? Dialing $4 is trying to find me. I wait for delivery each day until 3. So Lord, won't you buy me a color TV? Oh Lord, won't you buy me a night on the town? I'm counting on you, Lord. Please don't let me down. Prove that you love me and buy the next round. So Lord, won't you buy me a night on the town? Oh Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes Benz? My friends all drive Porsches, I must make amends. Worked hard all my lifetime, no help from my friends. So Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes Benz?
Yeah! Whoa!
Thank you very much. That's awesome.
Awesome.
All right, guys. Well, till next week. Thank you for joining the craft, and we will see you next Tuesday.
Well, we want to thank everybody for coming, too. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Johnnie Compton, Highway Manor Brewery, and Lindsay. Oh, my mic went dead.
No, it didn't.
No, it didn't.
Nobody touched the thing.
It didn't?
No, you went dead.
It's all right.
Did I go dead again?
Yeah, you did. You went dead.
Johnnie Compton, our new best friend in the whole world. Highway Manor Brewery. Put your hands together. And Lindsay Lauver.
Coming out of retirement.
Coming out of retirement. The craft.
All right, we're going to wrap this up then.
Wrap it up, guys. Come on. Let's give it.
Wrap it up.
Give it up. Wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
Past the hour of the witches and of things unkind, flying by like the thoughts of a man who's doing time. In that shade of gray, in that shade of gray, I'm full of sadness and grief-stricken too. There really wasn't anything that anyone could do for you. In that shade of gray, in that shade of gray, that shade of gray. I really don't know what else I can say. That these shades of blue, they are from you. Out there on the corner, there's a man still in pain. Tried to save the world, but his struggle was in vain.